Are you lonely? I do not get lonely. In fact, I find people extremely annoying. I like to be left alone as much as possible. I am the opposite of all these people going around saying that they're lonely. I prefer to spend the majority of my day alone. Now, the only exceptions I will make are for my kids and my grandkids because I love them and I enjoy their company, but you know, they've all moved away, so I don't get to see them that much. But when it comes to other people, small doses. Why is that? Okay, first of all, people drain my energy because I have to listen to what they have to say and I have to remember it. And it takes a lot of brain power for me to pay attention to what people say and remember it and then follow up on what they told me, because that's what good friends do. Whereas when I just watch YouTube videos, I can just enjoy what people are saying and I can be entertained. So I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I do not like movies. I'm not a movie person or a TV person. And I kind of like certain channels. There are a bunch of them that I watch. It's either like news or entertaining or some crime drama. And like that's fun for me. Now when it comes to men, okay, this is very controversial, but when their cocks aren't hard, they're useless to me. Honestly. You know, like you guys have heard me talk about that I don't hook up either. I do not hook up. And I haven't dated anyone since my divorce 11 years ago. When it comes to men, I do enjoy talking to them. I talk to them at the gym. I say hi to them. You guys know I have a couple sugar daddies or guys that I still see from when I was an escort. So I do enjoy the company of men, you know, in small doses once again. But if they were not my sugar daddy or some guy I'm talking to at the gym for a few minutes here or there, I don't really want to deal with them either. A guy that's not hard is useless to me. What am I going to do with a guy? I honestly think about this. I don't really know what to talk about other than sex or the economy. And unless we're fucking or we're having, he's useless. If he's not fucking me, well, he's useless. And I do like going to dinner with someone, but if he's boring, he's useless. So you got to be interesting or fuck me well, otherwise the guy is useless. So I really do not think I'm relationship material at all. And what would be the point of dating someone? I've already been married before. I already have kids. Unless we were like going to do a business together, I do not need the companionship. That's the main thing. A lot of people are very social and they love friendships. They love companionship. They love to be around other people. You know, they just like that. I'm not like that. I like to be left alone, and I like things very quiet. I like things very peaceful most of the time, and I keep myself very well entertained. Now, I do not isolate. That's very different. I do not isolate. I have a friend that I talk to on the phone almost every day, and I have regular people that I have in my life for like different services, like my personal trainer, the other gym I go to, the lady who does my hair, the lady who does my mani-pedi, the lady at the dry cleaners, the people at the Starbucks. You know, like there are regular people that I see at least every day or on a regular basis that I have somewhat of a relationship with. And I do leave my house at least once a day, you know, just to get out, be around people, you know. Today I went to the gym, you know, and I talked to the person teaching the class. I talked to a couple people in the pool area. You know, I went to the grocery store. I talked to a couple people there. Made small talk with the cashier. You know, it's not like I am isolating or anything. I do like to leave the house, and I like a lot of light, so there's nothing wrong with that, but I think my personality might be a little bit different because I find people annoying. A lot people are mostly annoying, and they're an energy drain to me, and I'm really not that interested in what other people have going on in their lives. I really don't care. I don't care. Unless they have something interesting to say, I really don't care. I don't. I haven't wanted to make this video before because, you know, I'm judging myself as, oh my God, this sounds so cold-hearted. But I think it's good to just be honest. And I will say after I got divorced, I was lonely for a long time, for many years. When I first got divorced in 2013, I was really lonely. I wanted to meet somebody else for dating. I wanted to meet someone for a relationship. I did not like being home alone. I was going out every day. I thought, what's wrong being home alone? I was not good with that at all. I hated going to bed alone. I would wait till I was extremely tired, you know, 11 p.m., midnight, even 1 a.m. before I would finally go to sleep. I did not like going to bed alone. Now, I go to bed early. Like, I'm tired. Like, by 7, 8 o'clock, I'm tired. And that's good because I'm going to start doing like a 6 a.m. boot camp class. But, and now I just like being left alone. How I got over feeling lonely was a somatic exercise that I did. Because I felt this loneliness. Like, where do you feel it in your body? I felt it like in the pit of my belly, like this dark, hollow place. And with the somatic experiencing, it's about just being with the sensation and kind of going into it. And I was terrified to go into it because it was big and heavy in my belly. And this was probably 8 years ago. And I went into it. That one took only like 5 seconds. I just kind of jumped into that darkness in my belly and it was instantly lifted. And I have not been lonely once since. I've not been lonely once since. I've had other negative feelings like, you know, sometimes I feel sad or something, but I no longer feel lonely. So that is a huge relief. Another thing about friendships, it's really hard for me to make friends. I've tried, and a few years ago I set out to make a lot of female friends, and I made quite a few female friends, but all of them one by one drifted away, except this one friend that I've had for 10 years that I talked to on the phone a lot. One by one, they've all drifted away over various things. Either they ended the friendship or I ended the friendship. And I'm at a point in my life where I don't, you know, if I tell someone, I have high expectations of my friends, and most people can't meet them. And that's it. That's all I can say. Like with one friend, I gave her a boundary about texting me too much, and you know, she kept texting me and I always felt like I had to reply. And I thought, this woman is older than I am. She's a very accomplished professional. And I'm just going to tell her that I like hanging out with her, but it's too much texting. I should be able to tell people that. And she got very offended and said, we're just too different and we can't hang out anymore. That's just one example. You know, it was just stuff like that. I admire people who have friends. I think it's great when people have friends, and a lot of people love their friendships. I've talked on my channel before about these different men's groups, how it's important for men to have people to talk to. But I do have people to talk to. Like I said, I've got my kids and I've got my friend. So I think it's good to have people to talk to. And I even will talk to my mani-pedi lady or the lady who does my hair. So I have people I do talk to. I guess I just see them like a couple times a month or once a month, like not daily. But a lot of people love having friends, or they have friends from high school or from college. I don't have any of those friends. I didn't really have a lot of friends in high school. College, I just was kind of like a commuter student, and I went to many different colleges, so I don't have that. Neighbors, other parents, you know, I just have never really latched on to anyone where I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad I have this person as a friend. I find people difficult. I find most people difficult or boring, or like, why would I be friends? So anyway, so after I got divorced, I went out a lot by myself. I still do go out a lot by myself, but I went out specifically to try to meet people. And one thing I did for many years, I went out to dinner almost every night, and like a nice dinner, and I would sit at the bar and have my dinner, and I would just talk to whoever was there. It was usually like a woman or a couple. Sometimes it was a guy, but when it was a woman, I thought, oh, this is someone that could be my friend. Let me get her number. And the next day I would wake up and I'd be like, I have nothing in common with this person, and I no longer feel like wanting to connect with this person. And they felt the same way. They never got back with me either. So I learned over the years, you can meet someone and you can have a great conversation or a great connection, and then it's done. And it doesn't mean that you want to see them again the next day. So that's me. That's why I don't get lonely. And a big thing is to my YouTube channel. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I still think I should make a video about all the channels that I like. Like today's my ironing day. I iron my pillowcases. It's just like an hour-long thing. So I'm gonna listen to a YouTube video while I do that. But I really like my quiet and my silence. Like when I work out, I do not listen to music, and when I'm home, it's quiet. I don't have music going. I might be watching YouTube videos or something, but I'm usually doing like a little bit of housework or cooking or sitting in the sun or feeding the birds. And yeah, I really just like being left alone. I have not, well, if I met someone who was interesting and fun, I could see myself going out with a younger guy who likes to go hiking, like a professional, attractive younger man who likes to go hiking and wants to take me hiking and go on bike rides with me and go to dinner with me. That would be super fun. Maybe we would become lovers. I could see that. For women, I do have a few women, but again, it's like, if we don't have anything in common, like if they never had kids, it's hard to be friends with women who've never had kids for me. Like there has to be something that we have in common, either a family life or work or hobbies, something in common. I don't like working out with other people. I like doing that by myself also. I'm very comfortable going places by myself. I have season tickets to the opera by myself. I have season tickets to a playhouse where I go by myself. I go to dinner by myself. I'm very comfortable going places by myself. I always have been. And so maybe that's another reason, you know, that I don't feel lonely. When I hear about the loneliness epidemic, it's usually Gen Z, which is people under the age of 24, because they've grown up on their phones. And there is really, I think it's important that there are people that we actually talk to and actually see in real life. There are a lot of elements of personality that are missing over the phone. I mean, I do not know why they're lonely if they have phones and they're on the social media, but social media is not the same. They're on Facebook and Instagram, people are basically just kind of like showing off. They're not really connecting. And a lot about what makes the in-person things good, someone that you see on a regular basis, like my personal trainer or the lady who does my hair, is whenever we see each other, we can check in. Oh, well, how are things going with that? And how are things going with that? And seeing a familiar face repeatedly over time. I guess I would think that Gen Z would have social contacts in high school. In high school, you were around a lot of people. In college, you're around a lot of people. But after that, it's really hard to meet people because people don't go out alone. I go out alone. People do not go out alone unless they're at the grocery store. So, but anyway, I find people mostly annoying, irritating, and energy draining. And I just, except in small doses, okay? Like if I'm around someone or talk to someone for 1 or 2 hours a day, that is my max. I just want to be left alone. Can anyone else relate to preferring to be alone? And then if I do want to be around people, I go out. I take a walk, I go get a coffee, I go to the grocery store, I go out for dinner. Sometimes I go out to dinner. Like, oh, I want to get out around people. I feel like I've been home too much today. So I go somewhere. I love seafood. I'll go have a nice dinner. I'll sit at the bar. I'll talk to the people next to me. I talk to the bartender. My rule is 1 day a week, I don't leave the house, and that's okay. But if that were ever to turn into 2 days, that wouldn't be so good. As long as I go out every day, I'm fine with that. So I kind of just check in, but I could just be like too hard on myself, because we always have this thing like we should be like we're social creatures, but how much socializing people really want can really vary among people. And some people are social creatures because they can't be alone. They don't want to be alone. It freaks them out. So they're very social, and we celebrate that, but you know, I'm not going to blame anyone for being social, but we make this big thing of like extrovert good, introvert bad, social good, not that social bad. And it isn't, because people have different amounts of needs and levels for wanting to interact with other people. You know, like we're all different. And I just wanted to share this about me. And yeah, I do find people very, you know, like if people were around here, I'd have to talk to them. I'd have to listen to them. And everyone has stuff going on. They tell me about their stuff. And then to be a good friend, I have to remember what they said. Like, let's say somebody is telling me about, you know, a garden they just started or a house that they're building. The next time I have to ask them, how are things going with that house? How do you feel about that house? Or someone wants to talk to me while I'm reading, you know, I have to kind of reply or be like, okay, I'm reading right now. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Can we talk later? Like, and these are all energy drains for me. For me, these feel like energy drains. They do not feel... People who like to be around people get energy from these things. They get energy from the interaction with other people. To me, again, unless it's my kids, it's pretty much depleting, unless it's in small doses. I'm going to call this, I don't get lonely, because people are annoying. But I don't want to make that such a negative thing. Like, I feel content. I feel content. Like, I am happy right here, right now. I'm just happy, you know. And when I'm done making this video, I'm going to sit in the sun and look out the window at the trees. Oh, you know, and no one's bothering me. And again, with men, like, what would I do with the man? I really don't even know what I would do with the man. I don't want to travel. I like sex, but how much sex could we have? I can't have sex that long. I mean, I would be sore. And that, and what if the guy's bad in bed? And what will I do with him when the sex is over? Unless he's interesting, I have no use for the guy. I have no use for men when their dicks are limp. I'm just going to be honest. You guys you guys with the limp dicks, you need to find someone else, because I like my cocks hard. If a guy's cock isn't hard, he's useless to me. That's how I feel. I just want to be honest and be able to say how I feel. I knew this lady once who was into like soft cocks, like it's okay that guys' cocks are soft. And yes, you're still a man, you're still valuable. But again, what would I do with a man whose dick doesn't even work? First of all, I don't need a man anyway. And if I did, it would be for the hard cock part. And if that's not working and he's boring, I got no use for the guy either. That's why I like them younger. But they just want to fuck me. So, you know, hey, I'm just sharing. I know I get comments like, lady, you're so old, no guy will ever want you. You know, they leave all these comments. But yes, a lot of guys do want to fuck me, believe it or not. Guys are not that picky. They'll fuck anything. But I do not like to hook up. I don't hook up because to me, it's just not worth it. I don't get anything out of it for some guy to just fuck me. It's like, it's not good. I'm not here for it. Sorry. Sorry guys to disappoint you. Your dick is useless to me unless I like you and find you interesting. That's the other thing. A guy with a limp dick is useless, but a guy who's just offering me his dick is useless too. So I have a dilemma. The soft dick is useless and the hard cock is useless too. The cocks are useless to me. If that's all the guy wants from me and all the guy has to offer, that's useless. So he'd have to be interesting. You know, I guess if I were dating someone, I would get a dog. I don't even have a dog. I don't have a cat. A lot of you guys don't even know this. I have no pets. I don't want to have pets. I do not want to be responsible for anyone. I don't want to be responsible for friends and how they're feeling. I don't want to have to deal with people that are boring or that need things from me, including listening to them. I don't want to be responsible for anyone. Now, does that mean I was too responsible for people when I was younger? And this is like a backlash. Like, I don't remember being a parentified child, but was I? Because I have this but I don't mind being responsible for my kids. I like that. The mothering role. I'm very good at being responsible in my mothering role. But for other people and other adults or pets, no, I do not want to be responsible for pets. I do not want to be responsible for other adults. I don't want to have to clean up after anyone. And maybe that's where a lot of people are single and they don't want to date because we're all getting more and more selfish and we have our phones to entertain us. You know, we have our cable TV or whatever people have. And so we don't need other people for companionship the way that we used to. And with women making their own money, we don't need men to provide for us like we used to. So unless you're like a social person, I think you're just going to be single and happy or single and depressed. So I'm single and happy. So I wouldn't say single and happy, actually. I think it would be fun to add a man into my life. I just don't see how that would work for me because I'm too selfish. And I don't want to be responsible for anyone. And I'm not into older guys. So anyway, I'm just going to end this video right here, right now. This was more about being lonely, and I'm not. I'm the opposite. I'm like, get these people away from me because I'm good right here.